There's only a few. It means a lot to me that you all showed up. It means that you really care. And it's taken me many months to get to this, to have this walk, and thank God it's finally here because I can't deal with any more stress. And
4 weeks, Nicole.
thanks. So first of all, I really wanted to thank my TA, Charlene Barksdale, who cannot be here right now. But she has helped me very much. And I would also like to thank Mr. Stinson, my senior project teacher, who has made this much easier than it, as easy as possible, basically. I would also like to thank Gail Meehan for basically helping me get onto my feet with this project. She's helped me organize everything and tell me what to do and when to do it. Also, I would like to thank John Seeger for the logos, which are on the back of the t-shirts that he's helped draw. And thank you to my family and friends for helping me get to this point. Now I would like to welcome our first guest speaker, who is the Selectman of Washington, and is a very good friend of mine who I worked with for a while. And now I am pleased to introduce Jim Britton.
Thank you, Nicole. I would welcome everybody here on behalf of the town of Washington, and thanks for coming out on this great day. This is such a positive event and a worthy cause that I would keep things positive by saying at least it's not snowing. Also, bear in mind, Nicole mentioned the numbers of people. It's not the quantity of people, it's the quality. So if we can keep in mind we're going to walk as long as possible and raise quite a bit of money for this, I think that's all a good thing. Since I've known Nicole, one of the first things that struck me when I met Nicole was she seemed to have a maturity beyond her years and take responsibility very seriously. She often talked about her uncle, she talked about her younger brothers. So it was no surprise to me that she took on such a complex event as part of her senior project. What was somewhat of a surprise, and certainly an honor, was that she asked me to be a part of it. And I'm proud to be here, I'm proud to be a part of it. I did not know a lot about what was involved in an AIDS walk, but I'm learning. And again, this is a positive event. I'm glad to be here. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for your time and your money, and especially your money. And let's have a great day. Thank you.
Our next guest speaker has traveled very far to get here, and he has taught me that there is really people out there who are very thoughtful about this sort of thing and can really help the community. And he is the project manager of the project that I'm donating to, which is the Mid-Fairfield AIDS Project. Please welcome Bob Seidluth.
You did fine. Thank you. So I have a very long speech here, but I'm going to paraphrase it because it's chilly and I think we'd all like to warm up and get walking. So I am a person living with HIV and AIDS, and although I work at Mid-Fairfield AIDS Project, about 7 years ago when I was diagnosed, I was terribly ill and needed a lot of help. And it was organizations in New Haven, where I live, that were able to help me access medication and medical care. And, you know, I was walking with a cane, and the doctors told me, you know what, make funeral plans, because we're really not sure that you're going to come out of this. So I fooled them. And I got better, and I took a job working for Mid-Fairfield AIDS Project. And, you know, I think people with HIV and AIDS, I know they face challenges every day. You know, people with AIDS live all around us. You may know some of them, people who can talk about their HIV status. Sometimes people can't, whether it's just because they're private and they don't want people to, they just don't want to have their private business out there. Or they're afraid because there's a lot of stigma involved in having HIV. And people, you know, really can be harsh and cruel and unkind. And I think the fact that you're all here today is really a testament to it shouldn't be a moral judgment about having HIV. There shouldn't be any kind of stigma. It should be that it's a health condition, and people with HIV really are just people who have a medical illness. And medications and treatments have improved so much that, you know, people with HIV are walking around, they hold jobs, they go to restaurants, they drive cars, they're just like you. And if you haven't had an HIV test, then you should consider getting one. It should be part of a routine medical test or medical exam. Nowadays, you really have an excellent chance of having a normal life, and there are lots of people, though, who are diagnosed that they get diagnosed late. They do some things that are risky, and so they don't know that they're sick until it's a long way into the illness, and they need help. They need help paying their electric bill or rent, or taking access to be able to get to medical care. And without help from agencies like where I work, Mid-Fairfield AIDS Project, those people really struggle. So the goal of our agency is to make sure people have access to those kinds of support systems, because without a roof over your head or a refrigerator that you can keep food and sometimes medication in, without an electric light going on and someplace to keep warm, it's really hard to see your doctor and stay on your medications because you're really struggling on the street, and that's not a good thing. So I really appreciate everybody coming out in this kind of gloomy weather, but it's, it's still a great day for us to look inside ourselves and, use your voice, talk about HIV with friends and family, make sure people in your community know that, HIV is something that we all can just talk about, and we can talk about preventing it, but we can talk about helping those in our community. The way to make a stronger community is to talk about the issues that are important to your community, and hopefully HIV is something that we all will take seriously and work hard to support each other and make it better for everyone. So thank you very much, Nicole, for the hard work you've put into this, and that everything you do, just it's not so much about money, it's about awareness, and that's a real key point of all of this. So be aware about HIV. And thank you very much from Mid-Fairfield AIDS Project and from me personally. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, guys, I guess you're free to walk. Thank you for being here, and I'll put the music back on. Woohoo!